Welcome back to Two and a Half Chicks. On today's episode, we delve into the topic of food, and it's a big subject to tackle, but Brian delves right in asking about women masturbating with produce. We move on to talking about food during sex and the mess of doing that. What foods are aphrodisiacs? And what foods do we like? But Brian's drinking sake in this episode, so he gets kind of bored with the idea of just talking about what we like. And it brings it back to sex. So we get off topic, have to go back, and then we start talking about what foods you like to try with sex. What haven't we done? And then how do your eating habits change if you're getting laid or not? So enjoy us and Brian and his bottle of sake. Enjoy the episode. Welcome back to Two and a Half Chicks. It's Tess and Monica and Brian.
Hi.
And we are going to kind of play it fast and loose tonight. We don't really have a big agenda. We are going to tackle the subject of food. And there's a lot of things we could do when we talk about food. There's a lot of avenues we could cover, like favorite foods or foods we hate or food addiction or food as an aphrodisiac. Food in your vagina. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's lots we can do. How your eating habits change if you're getting laid. There's all kinds of avenues to go with this one. But yeah, we're gonna kick it off and see where we go. So, no promises that it'll stay clean. That's just not our deal. It's a big topic. We thought we'd take a look at it and see where it goes.
Yeah, we touched a little bit on it when we talked about our favorite movies with 2.5 weeks with all the food scenes and stuff like that. But I don't know if we really talked about in detail and stuff like that, right? Like, I know we talked about.
No, we just sounded old.
Yeah, right.
we sounded old and like unadventurous when we talked about it.
Right? Because we were worried about the dirtiness.
Yeah,
the mess
and that we had to clean it up.
Yeah, I want to take a Lysol wipe and wipe myself down and just talking about it. I don't like
take a shower
sticky
right
and
after.
messy. That being said, I want to talk about women sticking things in their vaginas. Did you guys, when you were kids?
You want to start with that, huh?
Yeah.
Go right out the gate.
Yep, I do. Did you guys practice with fruits?
No.
Never.
Really?
I think it's what men think women do when they're home alone.
A vegetable, right? No?
I think it's what you think we do when we're home alone.
Damn, I got this all wrong,
reality.
D, I'm completely been misled my whole life.
I think of having vegetables in your vaginas similar to how when you have one of those dildos that just is like straight, like doesn't
hard.
Move. Oh, excuse me.
She's talking about vegetables in her vagina and her kid walks down the room. That's priceless.
Well, that's never happened before.
Fantastic.
That is priceless.
What are you talking about? I'm like.
Okay, get back to it.
No, I've been misled my whole life. I thought that this is what you guys kind of practiced on a little bit.
No.
I mean, but don't you like
because
you didn't take like a condom and put it over a banana where it's all like got the curve?
For me, I've always hated like straight up and down dildos that don't have any shape or anything because it just feels like
me too.
A rock.
100%.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. I don't understand why they sell those things. They do not feel good. So I imagine that veggies are the same thing. They don't move. They're not bendable. They're not flexible. They're not warm.
No
obviously.
give.
No
There's
give.
no give.
Exactly. So no, Brian.
I just practiced on the real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that just blew my whole montage.
Nothing. That's the real thing.
It's not a real
just,
thing.
The first few were just sorry, but then we got better.
Exactly.
Well, I guess because I used to date this girl back in the day and we used to use bananas and stuff like that.
You used to use them with her?
Yeah.
With the peel?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they fall apart.
I don't know.
I
don't know. That's how little experience I have in that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Monica, I don't think I would have had to suck that out of her.
Yeah.
Or dig it out.
I'm putting ice cream down there and whipped cream and hot chocolate sauce. I'm going to make a
banana
sundae
split
on that.
action on the split.
Get a spoon.
Yeah. Extra on the split test. That's exactly right.
Banana split on the split.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So my bad. I'm sorry, people. I thought that this is what you guys did.
Well, we could pretend. if it'd make a good story.
No, I want us to be real. I want us to be real. Because there was a guy I know that used to work at this store. He said that he used to take the meat. He'd get like a pound of like hamburger meat and heat it up in the microwave for a minute and tried that. And instead of like the apple pie. He would just warm up like the hamburger meat and stuff like that. I was like, wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
At all like it would feel the same.
Yeah. All the bacteria going into
Monica.
his pee hole.
But it doesn't even feel similar. You wouldn't. I cook.
You got to remember, these are 17-year-old kids at the time, or 17, 18.
They don't know shit about shit.
Remember you said, Tess, they'll fuck fruit.
Men, comedian said that. Robert something or Schimmel.
We will
Robert
fuck
Schimmel,
fruit.
maybe.
Absolutely.
He said women worry about being too fat. He's like, we don't care if you're fat. We'll fuck fruit. That's what he said.
It's so true. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you ever tried the apple pie, Brian?
No. You guys asked me that last time, and I told you I'm just too clean for that.
Yeah, that would.
You know what I mean? Like, sticky. Which is like we talked about this already, right? Which is ironic because I will have sex when women are on their period. That doesn't bother me at all. But for some reason, cinnamon and sugar is a problem.
That's really funny to me. That's super funny to me.
The sugar really sticks because I've used with my ex-husband, we used whipped cream and I hated it because it was always like so sticky afterwards, and it was.
I think that's bad. Try honey.
Yeah, honey's the worst. I'm telling you, we got that in the carpet one time, not her carpet, the other carpet, the real carpet, and it was bad. You couldn't get it out. It was ridiculous. You got to get the steamer. I just had to replace the rug. That's how bad it was.
The honey?
Yeah, the honey was that bad. It stuck that bad.
I think we used it in the bathtub.
I was young, so I didn't just stop with the little bear with the cone head on, looked like the little dunce cap bear. You know what I mean? And I just kept squirting and squirting and squirting. Like, this was my version of squirt, right? So there I was going to town. And then by the time we were done, I had to replace the carpet. It was pretty bad. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun.
Did you ever use chocolate sauce?
We did. Well, not that one. Me and my last one, Staten Island. We used some chocolate sauce when we went to Seattle. So she's like, oh, man, let's do some. And I was like, yeah, I have no problem with that because it's not my bedding. And there's a shower right there. So I don't mind that kind of freaky stuff in a hotel where I don't have to clean it up, which is not bad. Oh and God, I always leave like a really great tip.
Put something down on the floor and get on the floor.
Yeah. That's like Twister, right? What am I going to put down?
The cleaning crew must have really hated you afterwards.
No, I left a really great tip, Monica. So, yeah, I definitely left a really good tip.
They just said, we're just going to throw these sheets out.
Exactly.
We're not even going to try.
And that's what they do. They do. If somebody has their period or something on a sheet, they just throw them out. They don't keep them. Mm-hmm. So at this point, they threw out the sheets, then they got a great tip. And I had great sex. So it all worked out.
Hotel sex.
Hotel sex, I tell you, it's the best.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
What other foods have you used in that? Have you used any other foods to have sex during sex?
I think more or less it was honey.
Just whipped cream. Sorry, I'm boring.
No, it's not boring.
No, it's not boring. It's whipped cream is sensual.
Exactly. So we've done whipped cream. Me and Em don't do anything because now I'm at the point right now I don't want to use whipped cream. I just want to make the love and then we'll go to bed. There's something to be said about that. But I will say this, the thing that gets me going, and I've said it in the past, are oysters. I'm telling you, they work.
That's your aphrodisiac?
Yeah, 60% of the time, they work every time. They are fantastic.
So what does it help you with, Brian? To go longer, to want it more?
It makes
to feel better?
No.
Climax better?
No, honestly, it just makes me so hard. It completely makes my erection like it's like taking a pill. I guess. I don't know. I've never taken a pill, knock on wood. But it's almost like, God, is this going to be 4 hours? Do I have to go to the hospital from eating oysters? Because you get I do. Crazy hard from oysters. Does it affect
women? I have never tried it. Does it affect women as well?
I think it has something more to do with the males. But I can't speak on that. I'm not 100% sure. But that oyster thing works for me. It's just, and I love oysters, which is great. Because every time we go out,
a win-win.
If there's oysters on the menu, there's at least 2 dozen coming to my table.
There's a happy couple.
And at the end of the night, someone's VJ's getting beat up.
I know one other thing you did one time, or at least you said you did it.
I'm listening.
Chocolate souffle cake.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, you told the whole restaurant
saw me
about
buy it.
Yeah, that's right.
You saw me buy it.
That's what you said. Can't
I
deny it.
announced it to the whole restaurant.
Did you end up eating it?
Off of her, yeah.
Okay.
And I was putting it in every crevice, too. Let me tell you. I was just cramming it in everywhere. Cramming it. From top to bottom. Crammed. And I was just, it was awesome. Yep, that was. It was amazing. Because
Did you have to go-
you got to
did you
remember,
have to go
Tess.
take a shower afterwards?
Of course we did, Monica. But you
Women
got to
are always
remember,
so
we were
worried
also
about
like,
infections. I mean,
we were like
I'd-
3 bottles of wine into it that night. All of us, right? We were just drinking all night. So yeah, that was such a good time. That was a good night. I will say,
Yeah.
one of my favorite nights ever.
Have you ever blindfolded someone and then fed them food they didn't know was coming, like in 9.5 weeks, but not the way they did it? Like just in a not in a messy way.
Nope, I blindfolded people, but never stuck fruit in their
Never
mouth.
with food.
No, it's more
I've
like
never been blindfolded.
No, but it's an amazing experience to like blindfold somebody and then like have foods they don't know are coming that you're nice. You're not mean about it. You just give them foods that it can be really essential.
I remember one time I blindfolded someone and I had like a semi, not like the full erection, and I basically like was teasing, like, joking. You kind of like just kind of tap your penis against someone's face, like your girl's face. You ever had that guy tap your face with the penis? And no, you guys are like, no, never had that happen. Never. Okay, never mind. But anyway,
Yes.
well, I took it a little bit. I really swung it and hit her. She ripped off the blindfold, started yelling at me. I was like, sorry. I watch too much porn.
You're like, I thought you'd like it. The girl in the video liked it.
Exactly, right? I was like, oh shit, I think I loosened a molar, I hit her pretty good.
After
like-
oysters.
It was like,
It's like she had a red mark on her face afterwards.
yeah, it was like a bell. Oh,
Oh my
Lord.
God, that's an idea for a movie, for a comedy, where the guy has a hard
Smacks her.
He smacks the girl in the face, and then she walks around with a big old welt on her face.
Shaped like
That's
it.
hilarious. Oh my goodness.
I got yelled at though. It wasn't a good yell at either. Like, because I got her good, and I was like, ooh. I didn't think you could do that. It was like swinging it, and it was a good one. Especially if it was a semi. They're a little bit heavier feeling. It feels like they got a little more weight to them.
Semi.
So sorry,
It makes
Monica.
it
You
sound
were
like
saying.
a weapon. Sounds like a weapon.
It was a weapon,
It was
Monica.
a weapon. Oh no, some girls are into that sort of thing.
I was actually going to leeway into a gross story that was told to me secondhand.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not something that happened to me.
So asking for a friend, right? Right, Tess? Asking for a friend.
No, it really wasn't me because so it was a boyfriend and a girlfriend who the guy was feeding the girl foods, and he was pissed at her.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is going
And
bad.
Yeah,
it was
I could tell
bad.
already.
It was bad. It was bad. He put his penis in front of her face and peed a little bit in her mouth.
That's gross.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know if we
disgusting.
want to share that story. Is that too much?
No.
Well, some people are into that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
No,
people that are into that.
Yeah, there are a lot of
And
golden shower people.
The thing
out there.
about it was that she didn't like she was one of those, she was really kinky, one of those kinky people.
Mhm.
And she didn't get too mad. She just said, motherfucker.
I thought you were gonna tell me she bit it. He was like
No,
joking
she just
around.
said she just said, you motherfucker. And then
Did
they kept
she
going.
know that he was mad at her?
They had that
Who
type
knows?
of relationship that was like
Love hate
love-hate relationship, tumultuous. Yes.
Tumultuous,
So,
yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, I got a friend from years ago that, I'm friends with to this day. And her and her husband have been married. They were like high school sweethearts. And she tells me this story one time where he made her walk around with a collar on and a leash outside the backyard at night when the kids went to bed. And that's the kind of relationship they like, that kink and stuff. And she said, he wanted to piss on me. I go, well, what did you do? She goes, I let him piss on my leg.
Oh wow.
Did he like it and want to do it more?
Well, I didn't ask.
Did he get
beyond
it out
that.
of his system, you know?
Yeah, not sure. I got to be honest
You're
with
like,
you.
I didn't want to hear anymore.
Yeah, as close as her and I were, or are, I should say, I never really asked the follow-up question. Because I got to tell you, for me, that's something I never wanted to do. I never wanted to pee on anybody.
Yeah,
and I don't want
Me
anybody
either.
peeing or pooing on me either.
Me either.
Me neither.
You know? I don't mind chocolate souffle, but I do not want human feces on me. I'm sorry. It's just,
Or
I don't
urine.
want that at all.
Well,
I agree.
yeah.
One of the things I read too is that for men, an aphrodisiac could be asparagus. And I was thinking to myself, if anyone's ever eaten asparagus and peed afterwards, I can't find that being an aphrodisiac because it's rancid smelling.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can't
like-
stand that.
That's a weird one. I don't know who said that. Maybe some kind of asparagus farmer. People,
Probably.
Farmer. Just to sell more
Like,
asparagus.
sell more asparagus. That's a good point. That's a good one, Brian.
That's funny.
So back to food.
So this is fun. Do we want to get serious? Like,
well, I don't know. Just say like here's another example. Like alcohol, it's a food in a grand scheme of things. Right? You ingest it at least, but it brings on some great sex afterwards, right?
it does.
Right.
Absolutely.
Not
This
for
is a
me. I
good-
fall asleep. But
You don't get uninhibited before you fall asleep?
no.
Like you've
Like-
had you've had
maybe
drinks.
with my ex-boyfriend a little bit. I just got more relaxed. But like if I'm in public and I don't know the people, I will not become uninhibited. No.
Well, let's
Well, I
just
mean,
say
not
that
even-
you and the milkman go out
Yeah.
and you guys have a couple drinks. You don't loosen up a little bit?
With him, probably yes, because I trust him. But
That's
not
what I
with
mean.
just anybody.
But
yeah,
that's- yeah, I don't think
I'm
we're talking about
coming out-
strangers.
Yeah, it's not like I know women who when they drink, they they loosen up with any man that they want.
That's
And I'm
not
not like
wrong.
that.
I don't
Yeah,
judge
no,
them.
that's not wrong. That's not wrong at all. I'm not saying it is wrong, and I didn't mean it to sound that way. Just I don't become loose with just anyone. It has to be somebody I'm with.
Okay. That's fair. I just find that every time I drink alcohol, I'm like more inclined, like I'm having sake tonight and M's going to get it beat up later on. I already know it.
Yeah. I'm the same way. It definitely makes me more fun and more sexual.
Yeah. I told you, like I said, I told this story in the past to our listeners, like Staten Island. Loved when I drank. Loved the smell of whiskey on me. Like just loved the smell of alcohol on me and just was like, just melt. So like some people love it.
It just quiets my brain enough to have more fun. Like it just quiets the brain.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't get to do it that often anymore because I got a 6-year-old running around. Take the dog out, clean up the shit, worried the kid's jumping around. Look at me, it's all this attention. So if I get drunk and have to do all that, I don't know if I'm going to get either really angry or like really like start jumping around with her. And maybe I'll take a shit and make the dog clean it up. I don't know what would happen. So I don't get to drink as much as I would like to. What else is there?
What are some of your favorite foods? Like even
For-
not just for aphrodisiac, but just in general.
Sweets
Yes.
make me happy. That's my happy food.
Yeah, I agree, Monica. Sweets are like
Like
chocolate,
cakes
like dark. For me, it's dark chocolate.
Pies and cookies.
Which dark
But not
chocolate is
too
another
much
aphrodisiac?
sweetness. Dark chocolate is an aphrodisiac?
Yes, it is. Yep. And I also love red wine and dark chocolate together.
Well, that's supposed to be a good combination, right?
It's a really good combination. But on the flip side, I also love linguine with clam sauce. So
Is that an
it's
aphrodisiac?
not an
too?
aphrodisiac, but that's
That's
just,
Brian's favorite dish. What about you, Tess?
Well, it used to be sugar, but it became problematic. So for me, I gave up sugar for the most part, obviously. I don't eat dessert anymore. That's the only thing I still eat sugar when I eat takeout or alcohol or whatever, but I don't eat dessert at all anymore. I gave it up 6 years ago, 5.5.
wow. So where do you find like it's like Monica and I, we love the chocolate. It brings just to like your endorphins start popping and you start feeling good. What is your make you feel good food?
Now?
Don't tell me rice cakes either. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No. Mexican food.
Mexican
Love
food?
Mexican food. Yeah.
Okay.
I love going out to a Mexican restaurant or cooking it at home. But Mexican food for sure. That's my comfort food.
I was talking to Emma about this the other day, right? And she's like, "Oh, you want go get some Mexican?" And it was like, well, there's a taco, or a burrito or a quesadilla. I'm like, it's basically all of the same ingredients inside a different kind of shell or, thing. I was like, wow, that's like Italian food. I never thought about it, right? Pasta, right? You get the stuffed shells, you get the rollantini, it's all the same shit wrapped in the same shit.
It's just a different outer covering.
Yeah, it's just an outer covering.
If you like the flavors of those things, you want them 9 ways from Sunday. Like, there are options. You can do, refried beans, black beans. You can do carne asada. You can do chicken. You can do pork. There's a lot of options. It's just, it's just when you like if people like pico de gallo or sour cream or guacamole or corn, like chips if you like those flavors, then you don't care how they're packaged, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I would say that my favorite food type is almost all Latin food, like from all the Latin countries. I guess because it's very similar, but they're all have their different varieties. Like an empanada in Cuba is different than an empanada in Ecuador. That's different than an empanada in Mexico.
Empanadas are good. I don't know the difference between all those empanadas.
I'm sorry, Brian. What?
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking to myself, where are we going? I said, if this is going to get turned into where somebody gets an empanada shoved up their ass, then I'm going to be interested in this conversation. But if you're just going to sit there and tell me we're talking about the foods we like, I want to hear something exciting.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking about.
I'm not picking on you, Monica. I did the same thing. But the more I'm listening to you guys, I'm like, boy, I'm bored as fuck. I want to hear somebody talking about a burrito up somebody's ass or something.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well, if we can only do 2 things, talk about our experiences or talk about what would be fun. So if we don't have a lot of experiences to share, then we're going to have to say what would be fun to do.
Okay.
I'm still down with the food. I ate peanut butter off nipples before. I'm down with the food.
See, did you have a glass of milk on the side, or was she lactating?
I did not have a glass
really,
of
really
milk.
Good.
I did not have a glass of milk.
Was it a guy's or was it a girl's nipple?
Girl.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't lactating? That would have been the perfect mix.
How many women that I have sex with are lactating?
I don't know. Hey, I've had it.
Dude, that sake's doing you some good over there.
You're having a lot of sake there, Brian.
I think I'm
It's like warping your brain.
sucking on lactating boobs over here.
Hey, I loved it, by the way, just to let you know. I got no problem with that. I was just asking. How many girls am I sucking on their boobs that are lactating?
I could see peanut butter. I love peanut butter. It's one of my favorite foods. So I could see using peanut butter.
I actually am bummed that I don't eat sugar anymore because that's where I would love to eat the most sugar is during sex. I find rich desserts and sex to be a great combination.
What if they're
sensual
natural
to me.
sugars? What if it's like you said, peanut butter's got a natural sugar? If you could find natural peanut butter, that's got natural sugar. You can't eat that?
Well, natural peanut butter has no sugar, but that's what I
So
eat.
Jiffy has sugar, but not like
Jiffy
natural
has sugar.
peanut
Yeah,
butter.
natural peanut butter is just peanuts and oil, or just peanuts.
With salt.
It becomes oily when you smash them down.
It's not sweet?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Still
don't eat
good,
that
though.
shit.
It's delicious.
good.
Well, actually, I got used to it, so I don't miss the sweet.
I agree, Tess. I only eat natural peanut butter nowadays. I don't like this sweetened kind.
But I really do think when I think food and sex, I think rich, chocolatey. Like just having dessert can be a sensual experience.
Ooh, that would be a good idea. You take the peanut butter and put it on their nipples, and then you take Hershey's Kisses and put them on top of those.
It would be delicious.
That would be so cool.
That's something you could try with M.
Yeah, she would do it too in a heartbeat. You know what she said to me the other day? It's so funny. All right, I'm going to throw some
No, we
out,
don't
guys.
know, Brian.
Sorry. So the other day we was talking to her. She's like, when are we going to get to the point where I get to massage your prostate? And I was like, what a great question. I love this question. I love where your head is at, right? So I told her as soon as I find the latex gloves, we could do it because I don't want she's like I told you, it just is not a secret. Everybody knows right? Her hands are rough as fuck, right? So I do not.
Well, it's a good idea anyway. It's a good idea anyway.
Yeah, just use the rubber glove, right? So I said to her, well, as soon as I find the rubber gloves, we'll do it. Well, then it couldn't have been, I don't know, maybe the next day. She sends me a text at work. Can you call me right away? And I call her, like, what's the matter? She goes, I found the rubber gloves. I'm like, I'm at work.
Jeez.
You gotta love her for being excited.
I did.
You
I
do.
thought it was
That's awesome.
great. I thought it was great. So I got home that night, but I wasn't really feeling well. So I was like, no, let's hold off. So she literally takes the gloves and I think she's got them in the room. I'm not 100% sure where she put them. They're hiding on me right now.
They're in easy to grab location, I'm sure.
I'm not
she'll
sure,
find them when
but
she needs them.
yeah, but I got to tell you, I know this is not a food thing, but it just made me think about it. I don't know what made me think about Sasaki. I'm sorry. I don't even know
Well, we
how I
should have all
got
been
here.
drinking, I guess.
I know, right?
I don't even know how I got there, but I'm going to get there. She's going to be working. So we're having date night this week. And speaking of food, I went to my accountant today and he's local. He's from here and everything. So I started telling him about like all the food back east and stuff. And I said, this doesn't compare. Like the food out here is horrible compared to the food back east. Like we're foodies and stuff. So he gave me some restaurants. A couple of them I have been to and they were actually pretty good. So he had recommended one and I told him, I said, this Friday night, let's have a date night and let's go pick out one of his restaurants. So I'm looking for a place like with oysters or something like that. So I can come home, get the prostate worked a little bit. You know, I'm gonna give her shot. Give her a shot at the temp.
And bring home a rich dessert to eat off her body. You gotta exercise that demon.
Well, I gotta tell you, I don't want that in my bed.
Oh,
At the
that's
other
right.
bed, I ain't giving shit.
Stop at Home Depot and pick up a drop cloth and throw it on the bed.
Like a tarp or something.
Like a drop cloth,
It'd
like
be
plastic.
slippery as
And then
fuck.
Or even go to like Walmart and buy like the cheapest towels you can find and put them all
Yeah.
over the bed.
Ooh, that's
Don't
a good
let
idea.
that stop
Towels
you.
will absorb it really well, and then you can just throw away the towels or wash them,
All right.
whatever.
All right, that's a great
I remember when
idea.
I was trying to conceive my son, we were having a really hard time and I had to go through all these like ovulation tests and I had to test my ovulation every month and we had been trying and when we finally conceived him, I finally went, fuck it. I'm so tired of worrying about this. Let's just have fun. And the 2 nights I was ovulating, the one night we went out for margaritas and the second night we just licked wine off each other's bodies on the floor. And that's the weekend we got pregnant.
That was with
So
your
he
husband?
was conceived by either margaritas or sucking wine off each other's
Oh,
bodies.
jeez.
One or the other.
That's cute.
But we were like just finally, well, there was medical reason why it hit that month, but also we were just relaxed about it, you know?
Yeah.
But that was fun, pouring wine on each other and sucking it off.
Well, I'm not pouring my wine on anybody. It's too expensive.
You don't want to waste a
My
drop.
wine is precious.
That's right.
Well, you don't have to buy the most expensive bottle. It's for the experience.
Yeah, here's what I think of you. I'm pouring some $5 cold duck on top of you. This is what I think of you.
There's a compromise.
Oh my goodness, Brian.
I
Brian,
will
you
say
think
that.
too much.
I will say that the idea of maybe pouring champagne on with the bubbles and everything, that could be pretty cool in the
Yeah, it's
bathtub a
fun.
little bit.
Anything like that. I think-
Before you fill it up with water, just kind of get in the bathtub, pour a little champagne on each other.
Yeah. Did you ever do hot wax?
Yeah,
I've never done that, and I always kind of was curious.
I've done
What
it.
do you do with the hot wax? You can't lick it or
No,
No, you pour
just
it on somebody.
Drip it on them. You just drip it.
Drip it on somebody.
and
Yeah,
they get burned.
Yeah, well, it's that you don't really get burned. It's that first initial burn, like that. It feels like you're burned, right? But it peels right off.
But they
But
also have these candles that you can buy that are sensual candles that aren't like hot wax. They're not painful, but they melt and you can pour them on and they become massage oil. Those were kind of cool too, I thought.
Ooh.
Never tried it. Bought one and didn't try it.
That does sound pretty good. I could just heat
Yeah,
one
it's
up and
cool.
pour it over my dinghy. Just rub one out.
Wait, what?
There you go.
How do we be careful with those things, Brian? They might cause infections.
That's my girl, Monica. That's my girl.
That's so boring.
You're cautious, Monica.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm always
that's
thinking
great.
about, is something going to cause me an infection? Because then I
Well,
won't try it.
No, that's totally fair because there's certain things you just keep away from your innards.
Yeah, that's
totally
true.
fair.
Like if I take a certain,
I was cringing when you talked about souffle cake and her inside her. I was like, oh.
well, it really wasn't crammed up in her. It was kind of just around the area. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about both holes. They were around both holes.
Yeah, we kind of
Love
figured
those.
that, Brian.
Yeah, I know you
You
did.
were
I know
very
you guys
specific.
aren't. You guys aren't dumb. I get it.
No.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The fact that I announced it with pride.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
that
taking,
was actually
I told
really
the whole
entertaining.
restaurant, I will be taking this souffle and eating it off that body.
Oh my goodness.
I
I think by that point, she wasn't shocked at anything you'd say.
No, she was not. She just shook her head and she's like, well, yeah, he's going to fuck this tonight.
She's like, stop talking about it. Get me home.
Yeah, get me home. Let me put the kids to sleep. And she was lactating too, so it was great. So I could just go back and forth.
Oh my goodness. Can't say I've ever had that experience.
Well, you kept her kid fed, Brian, because
I did.
With lactating breast, the more milk you take out, the more the
Supply and demand.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely.
You were helping the child.
I
You did it for the
definitely-
child,
Helping the
Brian.
child.
You're right.
Just
I
say
did
that.
it all for the boy.
There's
You know,
some guys that find breast milk gross. You didn't, apparently.
No, not at all. It's actually sweet. I was shocked. I was always
I
very
wonder why the
curious.
little critters get so addicted to it.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, wow, this is actually sweet. It was really, really shocked. It didn't bother me at all. I was actually kind of turned on about it. It was my oysters.
Could you imagine if you had that and oysters? Did
Oh
you
my
try
God.
that?
No, I would have I would have had to molt my skin and grow another layer of 7 inches, right? But I would
Look at Demetrius.
What does that mean?
it would be not enough to if I had that, like with the amount of pressure that is put upon my penis by oysters, if I were to add something other on top of that, it's like taking oysters and like what do they call it? The little blue pill?
Oh, the Viagra?
Viagra, yeah. That'd be taking oysters and Viagra at the same time. I don't know if your penis, there's
Damn.
enough skin down there to handle that load. I would have had
It
to
only
just,
can get just so
Yeah,
hard,
it's
right?
going to
wouldn't-
get bigger. It's just
I don't know.
It's just
It's
going
just going to
to
stay
stay
harder longer.
Or, I don't know. That would hurt.
Yeah. Isn't there an injection if you
Yeah,
want to try?
There
it's
is an
like-
injection
yeah.
that you could do too. Yes.
That doesn't sound fun.
Well, it depends. If
No,
you tell
it's
them to
more
rub your
effective
balls
than-
and then do it, because anything during sex, we've talked about this, is okay. It doesn't hurt as much. We said this, right? You could be having sex and somebody could be
Yeah, we
fondling
have
your
said that.
balls, doing this, doing that, and it doesn't really hurt that much. But the minute you stop having sex and somebody just taps on you, oh my God, like the wind gets knocked out of you. It's horrible.
Yeah, or if somebody holds off and smacks you in the ass when you're not aroused, you're like, fuck. But then if they do it when you're in the middle of sex, it's like, oh, more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Same
totally
thing, right?
different. The endorphins. Yep,
Yeah.
totally different.
What else is there, Monica? Come on. You got to tell me. You had to do something freaky with food.
No.
I'll tell you what. Go
I really
go
don't.
online, look
Sorry.
up somebody else's story and tell it, and we'll say it's yours.
Oh, okay.
Does anything sound fun to you to try?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
I love
All right.
peanut butter.
With the Hershey's Kisses nipple?
I do not like Hershey's Kisses.
No, for him, for the person in your life. That would be pretty cool to come out.
Oh,
like,
they
come-
like Hershey's Kisses.
What if
Kisses,
your guy
sure.
came home? You said, "All right, come on over." Would you be that type to be like that movie? What was that movie with Kevin Spacey back in the day?
The something blues?
I forgot. No, remember with the girl and she had the roses
Yeah,
all
she
around
showed
her?
up with, yeah. I would do
American
that.
Beauty.
Yeah.
American Beauty. Thank you, Dee. Appreciate you.
Oh, that was the one with the roses?
Yeah, she had all the roses in her privates.
No, but
and
there
stuff.
was one with the one where the guy shows up to the girl's apartment or house, and she comes out and she's got the whipped cream over
That's
her.
Oh,
Varsity Blues.
Varsity
Varsity
Blues.
Blues. That's
Thank
the
you.
one.
Yeah, and
I would do that. I
You
haven't
would
done
do
it,
that.
but
I was
would
going
do
to
that.
ask, would you do that?
Yes, I would.
How
I
about
really
this?
like the guy, yes.
I challenge you to do that next time. You're with the milkman or something, right? Next time. I want you to come over. The boys are out of town. They're at band camp. Okay? You're gonna
Band
sit there
camp.
and tell them to come over, and I just want you to come in the back door. I'll be upstairs. Are you willing to try that?
I am willing to try that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to try it with the milkman because the milkman and I are on pause.
oh, what?
Like on all fours? Like on all fours?
No,
Jesus Christ.
pause.
Oh, pause. Not pause.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Jesus
it's complicated. Yes, it's complicated.
It's really not that complicated, Monica. We're at the point where we're not complicated anymore. You just said, look, I don't really feel like fucking you anymore.
Well, I didn't say it that way, but
But that's what you kind of meant.
Yeah.
So it's not really complicated.
yeah, no.
Is there someone else that you could possibly maybe at some point want to put some whipped cream
Yes,
on
there
you?
may be somebody else. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
All right. You want to talk about it?
Not yet. I'm not ready to yet
Okay.
because it hasn't really progressed very far. So, but if it does, I will talk about it.
So if this was the mile, if you were running a mile, are you at least like the quarter mile part? Or are you like halfway to the quarter mile bar? You're like the 16th of a mile. Are you at the 16th of a mile right now? How far are you into this?
Are you asking her if the finish line is sex or relationship?
No,
or
relationship or just, I don't know what I'm asking. I'm buzzed.
I don't know where I am. Yeah, 'cause
Help me
I'm
out,
like
D.
confused.
D, what am I asking? You're the producer. Put some words in my mouth.
I was trying to my analytical self was trying to measure, does that mean I'm really far along or not far along or just at the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I kind of meant, Monica. That's what I
You
kind
gotta
of meant.
take it with a grain of salt, Monica.
What I meant was how
It's
far
at the
along.
very beginning. It's at the very
Okay.
beginning.
She's at the start line.
So the gun didn't even go off yet?
I don't
The
know.
starting gun didn't
No.
go off yet? Oh, damn. You put the
No.
milkman on pause and you're at the starting line?
Yes.
An interest?
Yeah, there's an interest.
Okay.
Normally people put the side piece on pause after they're getting another piece.
Well, wait, you're talking about yourself.
Oh, yeah, I think I am. Tess. Thanks, Tess. Thanks
I
for
like what.
enlightening
Wait a minute.
me.
Wait, I want to go back for a second though, because I like what you suggested about challenging Monica to do that before the next show. How fun would that be to say that we come up with an idea that all of us has to experiment with before the next show?
Okay,
That
I
would
got
be
the
kinda
rubber
fun.
gloves in the other room.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
I'm down.
I can't
try
wait to try that. I got a woman that's willing
I
to
have
stick her
tried
finger in my butt to massage my prostate.
I'm not gonna put my finger in your butt.
No, I said I got a girl.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I said, what? Tess, wait a minute. Let me think about this now. Am I under sedation?
Doctor's appointment.
Doctor's appointment.
No, but that's kind of a fun idea. I mean, obviously, we'd all have to be.
We could do that,
Active.
but we just have to pick something. I'm not going to be ready to do the Varsity Blues boobs by next
For a
week.
bit.
Okay.
So yeah, for a bit. Yeah. So
We gotta try it out first. So you would do the whole mirror thing, see if you like.
Do
What
it yourself
I know.
to see if you can be comfortable with it.
Well,
That's true.
well, if you guys recall, I did give a description of myself in a very early episode, so the whipped cream would probably be all the way down in my stomach.
She did say that.
It'd probably
Then
be
just
like-
put it above. Just
yeah,
put it up
just-
Put
above.
it above it.
I try maybe
On
I draw
top.
some. I draw
So
some
it can
perky
slide
ones.
down to the right spot.
I draw some perky ones so they look perky.
That's funny. I could just see me going to my husband or girlfriend and going, I have to do this for the show. I have to
Yes.
do this for the
Exactly.
Okay.
What do you want to eat off me?
Exactly. I'm going to lay here. You have to eat this off me. I love
And
that.
have-
And then
for the
leave
show.
$50 on the counter. It's for the show.
It's for the show.
That's such a great idea.
For our listeners, write in and tell us what you want to eat off of somebody. Give us some ideas.
I thought you were going to say off of us. You listeners out there, what do you
No.
want to come and eat off of me?
Not offering that service.
Oh, that's
Oh my
hysterical.
gosh. Honey's one of those things that when I did honey before, it's like honey's good when you first taste it, but if you have too much of it, it just gets
That's-
really, really
I
Yeah.
was thinking the
Nasty.
same thing. Like
It starts to
Brian,
almost
you said
burn.
you poured a whole bunch of it. It's like
I did. I
could
got
not
out of
eat
hand.
that much
I was
honey.
young.
I feel sick.
I actually dipped
I
his
didn't
dick
eat
in
it
the
all,
jar.
Monica. It's all stuck in the rug.
in the jar?
I dipped his dick in the jar.
Oh, there's
it in
nothing
a
wrong
jar?
with that. Ooh, I'm going to do
Yep.
that.
How was it easy for him to get it off afterwards?
Oh, he just got in the shower.
Okay.
I got it off.
I'm going to stick it in the Costco honey, like the big honey.
The Costco. But after a while, honey starts to kind of burn. Like if you have too much of it, it's like, it's just not pleasant.
Really?
Yeah, it's not meant to be
if you have too much.
ingested in large amounts.
I bet maple syrup would be pretty good though.
Do we have
Yeah.
any Canadians that we know? That can
Don't you know? Won't you like to take this off me?
That's
Don't
a good
you know?
one to keep in mind for a future dare. Yes.
Yeah. Or did you guys ever do like Tim and I used to have a chocolate fountain. And
Oh, that's
fruit and
nice.
stuff dipped in the chocolate fountain was so good.
No, I don't want no listeners to stick their penises in any or their private nipples or something like that into some fondue or anything. That's going to burn you.
No, don't burn yourself.
Don't
No,
do
I'm
that.
not saying to stick your body parts in it. I was just saying it's like, again, it goes back to that feeding somebody thing. It's kind of nice, fun. Chocolate fondue, like the fondue, it was a chocolate fountain. The chocolate's not too hot.
Oh, I can't remember what a chocolate fountain he was. What it? I don't want to say producers.
They're cool.
I know it's chocolate, but I don't remember if it was
They're
hot
cool.
or not.
Yeah.
I had something I wanted to say too, and I forgot already.
Damn.
Shit. Oh well.
Something you tried with the honey? Was it to do with the honey?
No,
or
it was something else.
a fondue?
There's just too much sake going on.
Yeah, Brian, we can tell.
I got a light over here and I'm actually hanging on, I'm leaning on it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh gosh.
We better finish up so you have some time to enjoy that little buzz before.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
you pass out before Ev is disappointed.
Oh, she's gonna be disappointed regardless.
She's gonna be disappointed regardless. That's sad.
Oh,
No, she wanted me to tell you guys, still batting 1,000.
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Good.
I still was supposed to call her, but I haven't.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, you don't have to. It's up to you. It's like I said, she got stuff going on anyway. So yeah, we'll
any
all
other
get
questions
together.
about food? Tess, I know you had other stuff you wanted to touch on about food.
No, I mean, it was kind of boring to Brian. I don't know. Like,
Sorry.
I basically said, do you change how you eat when you're getting laid? Obviously,
do.
like,
I do.
Oh,
You're more,
all right.
like,
I didn't
conscious
hear
of your
that
body,
part of
right?
it.
yeah.
I do, because when I am not getting laid, I actually lose weight.
You what?
I lose weight.
That makes perfect
I thought
sense.
when you were getting laid, you'd like
Nope.
lose
When
weight
I'm
then
getting
because you wanted to
laid,
look
No.
I
sexier.
either
Yeah, it
stay
makes-
the same weight or I gain.
Yeah, because you get that content weight. Oh,
Yep.
I'm getting dick right now. Oh, I can gain weight.
Yep.
That's what everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not getting dick.
So that's
but
another reason why I had to let go of the milkman.
A couple weeks ago, I stepped on a scale. I was like 164. And then I got this tooth thing done. And then last week, I stepped on a scale. I was 153.
Oh shit!
So,
That's a big
damn.
weight loss.
You
I was
couldn't
like,
eat because you.
I couldn't. Yeah,
limiting
exactly.
your
I couldn't
food.
even eat. But I was like, you
Wow.
tell me every time I need to lose weight, I got to get a tooth surgery?
No, there
not
are
fun.
easier ways.
Mhm.
I don't
Definitely
know.
easier ways.
No sugar test. That sounds like the hard way.
Oh, that's just the only way for me.
Mm.
But I'm actually going back to my plan for a little while just to get off some pounds. But I'm not going to be as boring as I was before.
So do you tell me like when you're eating your foods and sex, like when you're having sex all the time, do you feel like your eating habits are better?
Yes.
Like, cause you say, I want to keep looking good because I'm feeling good. I'm at the right weight that I want to be at. My body's functioning properly. My squirt is going 3 feet instead of 1.5 feet. Like, what is it about the eating change that actually helps?
For me, okay, so it can go one of two ways, but like sometimes I eat more because I'm happy and with people I'm with, I go out and go to restaurants more and drink more so I can gain weight. But there's other times where I'm like, food or sex are both my favorite pleasures. So if I don't have one, I need to have the other.
Okay.
So that's how like it works against me sometimes, because if I'm not getting laid enough, I'm going to be turning to food more. But if I'm getting laid a lot, I won't think about food as much. Because I can't give up both. It's one or
Okay.
the other.
Do you find
That's
yourself
just
doing
my
that,
guilty
Monica?
pleasures.
Like, if you're not getting sex, do you feel like you're supplementing it with food?
No,
It's just about having that pleasure because
I'm just asking.
I think it's because, like, I think what you said, I get the content eating habits. I'm content. I'm having sex, so I eat more. I also tend to go out more when I'm seeing someone. We go to restaurants, and restaurant food is like the biggest way
Worst.
that you can gain weight.
Oh.
So because
Yeah.
of that, I just either stay the same weight or I gain. I don't gain that much, but I gain. I stop losing. But once I am by myself, I'm not dating, I'm not going out to dinner, I'm not content anymore, it's like my weight just starts coming off.
When you guys get broken up with and stuff, do you go on to like my guy dump me diet?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh, so you gain weight when you get dumped in the past or whatever.
No, I don't eat that much, but when I'm really, really sad, I have ice cream.
Okay. I'm not that person. Like if I get dumped, I don't really care.
change your habits.
I do. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, but you don't go up and down in weight very much anyway. You're always consistent with your weight.
pretty much in the same. I'm like 10 pounds up
Yeah.
or down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not
How
one of
much?
those like stress eaters or depressed eaters or not eaters. I could eat all the time. But I kind of am at the point where like I eat just to survive. I don't really need to eat, but I love food. Like the older you get, I find this, the older you get, the more you like going to restaurants, the more you make a little more money and you can go and splurge on stuff. So I enjoy that experience. But when it comes to relationships and stuff, if I break up or they break up, I'm still eating. That doesn't.
You're not
faze
changing
me.
your eating habits.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
food is comfort for me. So when I'm upset, I want to eat. But if I am too upset, I can't eat. But that's got to be really, really upset.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the same way, Tess, a little bit. If I'm really, really depressed, that's when the ice cream comes out.
Yeah.
And I have to have the ice cream. But I have to be really depressed for that. And that has to be a big breakup. But if I'm not depressed, and I'm like I said, I'm by myself, I don't eat that much. It's like because I keep myself occupied with other stuff. I do find that keeping myself occupied is a really good way not to eat.
Occupied with
bored,
what? Dick?
With anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, but no, it could be just stuff around the house or going somewhere or just doing things, not being home, just watching TV.
Okay, that's fair. That's going to be completely off topic. Do you find that the older you get, the sex is a little less important?
Oh, yeah. For me, it is.
I'm finding that too. I never thought I would say that publicly. But I'm like, I like I love being around this person. But, if I go a week, I'm like, oh, that's okay. I went a week. No big deal. I haven't gone a week. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I'm okay.
I mean, I don't need it as much as I did when I was younger. But the idea that if I had the idea that I would never have it again, it would make me real sad.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
extreme.
Yeah.
That is extreme. Never have it again?
Yeah, I don't want to have that.
I don't either.
Crave it as much as when I was younger and as strongly.
I don't use it or lose it is a very real thing.
I agree.
But for me, if I'm not getting it, even if I'm in that lose it phase where my body is not really engaged, because women, if they don't have it regularly, their bodies really kind of get unengaged. My brain's still pissed I'm not having it.
That's fair. Because I know that Em went away the other day, last week. She went to Portland for some business stuff. And I had to, and the baby went to grandma's house. So I had the whole place to myself for basically 3 days for the most part. And I was all ready. I was ready to go. I was ready to watch porn. I was ready to just not be bothered with anybody. And not once did I do anything. And I was like,
Wow.
damn it. This sucks. I didn't even have the desire. I wound up watching poker shit on freaking Facebook videos.
Oh my God.
These guys playing.
It's
I
also
watched,
football season.
but it was in the middle of the week, Tess. There was no football at all.
No football. All right. I was trying to help you out here.
No, I know. But I'm sitting there watching these guys trying to get a straight flush and 4-card poker. I was like, this is exciting. I'm like, I could have rubbed like 15 out. I didn't even have the desire.
Wow.
Peanut butter on myself and licked it off. I didn't do shit.
Oh, Brian.
There's times where I'm home alone and I'm like, ooh, what can I get done? I'm not really thinking about going in the bedroom and using my toys,
But I was laying in bed doing nothing. I had the ambiance. I had everything going for me.
Were you naked or clothes?
I would take a shower before I go to bed. Because I usually take a shower before I go to bed. When I get up in the morning, I just like to be clean.
Yeah.
So I was clean, but then I was like, I'm just not in the mood. I'm just like,
I think if you hang out more scantily clad,
you're stressed, Brian.
I think that's what it is. I'm just too stressed.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, a female the other day who's close to her 60s. And I asked her because she's, post-menopause already. She's had menopause. And she says that as soon as she was over with it, she didn't want to have sex anymore at all. At all.
You saying I have menopause? That's why I didn't want to jerk off?
No. I'm sorry. I
Menopause.
diverged. Menopause. No, I'm not talking about you, Brian. I'm just saying that it was the first time I had heard a woman say that after menopause, she didn't want to have any sex at all. I've usually heard some women who have had menopause say that, they still want to, not as much as before, but they still like to have it. But it was the first time I heard a woman say that she didn't want it at all. She was done.
I just wonder if that's a use it or lose it, or really because
she
of
has
menopause.
a boyfriend. No, she has a boyfriend.
Maybe she
No, I get that. I get that, but I'm just like, sometimes I'm imagining, because I'm not there yet, that if someone's going through menopause, that the physical stuff they're going through probably takes them away from sex for a time anyway. I mean, so I'm just wondering if it really falls.
That's a good point.
Falls into that use it or lose it thing, or if she really if she got her brain engaged again, would her body not follow? Or I just wonder if it's mental or physical. That's all.
Or I'm wondering if she's even attracted to the guy she's with too.
Exactly.
Well,
that's
has
what
a
I was
big.
thinking.
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with it too.
I mean, I have heard that women get drier.
Yes,
after
I've heard
menopause.
Like washer dryer?
No, they get
Like-
dry. Like they don't
Yeah.
self-lubricate as much as they did in their youth. Yeah.
Tess, they're not as moist.
Moist.
Isn't that the word that Tess loves or hates? I forget.
She loves it.
She loves
Oh, I don't mind that one.
moist.
Yeah, I heard you got to grease it up a little bit. But if you guys got to grease it up and we got to take a pill, what's the difference? At least you're using it.
Yeah, at least you got something to moisten it with.
Does the cock ring work the same as the pill?
Well, if you got to get hard first, and then it
Is that
kind
what
of
the
stops
cock ring does? It
yeah, it
makes you
stops
hard
the
first?
blood flow from coming backwards. Which I got to tell you is I find it very uncomfortable. You know, but then again, it could be because I was using like a pinky ring, so I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
No, I will say I had one time, and that's what I was telling you guys. I had the one where it had the little vibrating thing on top, so it's like to stimulate the clitoris.
You did mention that.
Clitoris.
Yeah.
Look, I'm so buzzed. I said the clitoris. It was uncomfortable. I don't know. I didn't find it comfortable. Now, maybe because I had a device on top of the device, and it was grinding in me. But like, I don't know. What happens if you can't get down and they got cock ring? I guess they have the Velcro ones and different styles that kind of come undone. D, help me out here. Did I got that?
They do. They're not great though.
So there you go. You heard
Okay.
it from D, and I believe it now. I don't care what he says. I'm going to believe it.
So Viagra and a cock ring are not the same then?
No.
No, cock ring. You kind of put it on. You get an erection. It grows, and the cock ring holds it in place, and then the blood all stays in the balls.
Constrict the blood in the member. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The blood flow.
I'll be on that. What's that one site again? D? The one like my world. What is it?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I think the one where you can post
Brian's
dirty
done.
pictures.
Oh, that's OnlyFans.
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 I'll do a demonstration on OnlyFans. What the cock ring does.
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans. Yeah, I'll do that.
Demonstration.
All right. What else we got? Anything
Well,
else?
I don't know what we can do with food that won't bore you. What else we can say about food?
I think what we just
that
talked
won't
about
bore
was
you?
good.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because, I mean, really, the rest of it is just, it could be, there's lots you can talk about with food, but
I'm sorry.
not naughtily.
I needed a drink tonight, and that's what comes out of me when I start drinking.
That's okay.
Fine.
That's what our fans like.
Me being an idiot? Me being an idiot.
You were clearly imbibing, Brian.
But you
I
much
drank
deserve,
everything.
I have to say.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you're so hilarious. That's huge.
That's what I've been told.
That's not
Monica.
even like a little, yeah. That's not even a small little cup.
No, it's not. It's not. I needed this tonight, though.
Good.
Pretty good for a Tuesday.
It was great. It was great. Just knowing that tomorrow's hump day, and then we're gonna have date night Friday night. Then I got the weekend, and it's got some football to watch. It should be getting
That's
better.
awesome.
Even without the Cowboys?
Yeah. I was so depressed.
You okay, Brian?
I am. You know why? Because it's the one consistent in my life. The Cowboys will be here next year and the year after that and we'll probably suck every year as long as we have that jackass of a quarterback. I rephrase that. He's a great guy. I met him. He's a wonderful human being, but he's just not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. So yeah, I'm okay. It's like I always learn from that one movie, Bronx Tale, when the guy says to the kid, he goes, "I got to go to the game with my dad," and he goes, "What did Mickey Mantle ever do for your family?" And I was like, "How fucking true is that?" And a couple of years ago, I had the blessing of being able to work on the sideline for the Cowboys. So I was working the sideline. I was like around all the players and everything, and I looked at them and I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them like, Jesus Christmas. I'm old enough to be all their dads. They're not as like majestic anymore. They're not like these men that I grew up with, He's not like Bob, like these Bob Lees and Randy Whites and Too Tall Joneses. These are just kids now. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm not going to get mad afterwards. And then I walk away. That's it.
That's good. It's good that
Yep.
you do that.
Yeah.
Well,
you
at
can do
least
that.
they got to beat Brady. Not only beat him, you humiliated him. So
Yeah.
you got that.
was good. Yep. We got one good thing. Well, I guess that's it for me, folks.
Yeah, I think that's good. It was good to see you guys again.
You as well. All of you guys.
So that's our show for today. What did we miss in our discussion about food and sex? We'd love to hear from you if you have anything to add. Email us anytime at 2.5chickspod@gmail.com. Don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram at 2.5chicks. And as always, we want to thank our producer D for everything he does for the show. Keep coming back. Season 3 is underway. And oh yeah, don't forget, we're still always on the lookout for guests. We'll be back real soon. Bye.